The Newcomer, page 207. The final sigh is heard and the circle says thank you. The newcomer stands to retrieve the book. The reading for this night was discovered in Fedora's file to be read on the night of her death. The first three verses being those of Matthew 26:39, Mark 14:36, and Luke 22:42, followed by the 13th chapter of Romans, which begins, "Let every soul be subject unto the higher powers, for there is no power but of God, the power that be are ordained by God." And it ends, "Let us walk honestly as in the day, not in rioting and drunkenness, not in chambering and wantonness, not in strife and envying, but put ye on the Lord Jesus Christ, and make not provision for the flesh to fulfill the lusts thereof." The circle left feeling more peaceful than they had come. They left knowing that the end times were still at hand, and they left finding out that sometimes God uses a different set of rules. Snow fell and covered the earth with its white blanket, melted for a few seasons and fell again. Spring had come to the feet of travelers as they made their way east. Snow fell again, covered and then melted for the seasons, then spring came again. One more time the snow fell and covered the earth. Spring found the travelers at their destination. The wages had come to Nicion. Lucretia announced her greeting to the distaffs, and they toasted their hostess. Instead of calling the first wager to the screen, Lucretia was interrupted by the monitoring screen as it loaded itself behind her. Through gasps of interrogation, a woman's face appeared on the screen. "My name is Rachel," the voice boomed throughout the great room. "It is 1994. I am taking advantage of the equipment that was left behind in this town that I came across in my travels. For what purpose I am doing this I do not know. Maybe it's just my desperate play for immortality. I've been kept alive from the canned foods that I found on dusty store shelves that were either missed by the cleanup crews or were just overlooked." Rachel went on to explain the same truths that Fedora had to Lucretia to the unbelieving and believing ears of the audience. By the end of the old newsreel, the room was in an uproar. LaQuanta, the High Queen of Ladroit, had become incensed and had demanded the capture of Nicion's High Queen. "Believe me, people, I didn't know anything about this," Lucretia pleaded. "I do not believe that," LaQuanta said. "Seize her." Half of the crowd sided with LaQuanta, half did not. While Lucretia was shackled and being led off the stage between armed guards, Nicion's commoners came in, along with the three: a woman, a man, and a 4-year-old boy. The three made their way through the crowd, untouched by the boiling mob. While they ascended the stairs, the woman pressed her arm, and the screen withdrew into the ceiling. On the stage, the woman unlocked the box that the boy had been carrying and took out the black book. The man took the book from her and read from it. "I write this journal on toilet paper. Where it will go I do not know. If it will be read I cannot say. Would it make a difference if it remains unseen? What I do is know that I exist, that I am a man, that I will remain a man until the day I die." They disappeared as surely as they had come, leaving behind them the battle of death that had become. Susan had freed Lucretia and led her outside to Lenice. "We thought you were dead," exclaimed Lucretia. "You were supposed to think that." "I don't understand what is going on. And who is Rachel?" "She was the keeper of the true religion. She was the reason why we have the books. She was the holder of the second book that we've been waiting to bring back to Nicion. I've been keeping it safe until the appointed time." "What is to become of Nicion now? What is to become of Zenith in the way?" Lenice led Lucretia to the camp where Terry and their son were waiting, beyond the armed forces of Nicion Castle. "What is happening at Nicion is happening all over Zenith. Of course we couldn't be at all castles, so the dam was sent to Chryssix that followed Rachel's speech. So our broadcast and our speech have been known all over the world. The battle of death is here, as the prophecies state." Lucretia looked at the tents of the Hopitu. Girls and boys played in and around the tents, Mothers cooked over fires, and fathers were convening to make ready for departure. "I can't believe my own eyes," Lucretia said to Fedora. To Denise, "Fedora told me that this was possible, but I didn't truly believe her until now." "You are free to come with us," Denise said. "You are not going to stay here at Nicion?" "No, my place is with the Hopitu now. I am one of Ava's descendants, Rachel's daughter, and Terry comes from the Hopitu." "The Hopitu?" "Yes, the people who came and saved my family. Our plight began with strong rains, which we welcomed at first. Then the rains turned into a flood, and we were frightened for our lives until a great earthquake came and the floods were consumed, but not before destroying our hut and the surrounding ones. We were beyond desperate until the Hopitu came and told us that it was time for us to return here." "How did they know?" "Way too much explaining for that question," Lenny said. "There is an old saying that goes, 'God works in mysterious ways.' Let that be enough for you now." Lucretia looked back at Nicion Castle and then to the niece. "What will be happening if I stay here?" "The chaos of Zenith will subside. Your people and the rest of Zenith will be looking for a leader, for the battle will be won by those who believe and have kept the commandments of the first book of the Bible. The Bible clearly states that we, as a people, cannot govern ourselves without God, whether it is women in charge or men. And of course you can come with us, and the computer has all the commands necessary to aid them while they're lost. But I think that a woman's touch would be nice." "No," she refused, "a human's touch." The fires had been snuffed out and the children were being prepared for travel. "My people, our people need me," Lucretia said. The niece embraced the highest of queens. "Will I ever see you again?" Lucretia asked. The niece tapped a command to her arm and then spoke. "I'm always within an arm's reach away. On your files you'll find a code. Enter it and I will come. It's amazing what a scrambler and a pinboard can be made into," the niece said. "The rest of the camp will continue back to our home the way that we came, but I will need a sliver so that I can be able to get back here when you need me. We have a pilot among our ranks. One of the solar-copter shipments came, but the pilot didn't get back because there was something wrong with his panels and he crashed. That was the last shipment. It happened when we lost Fedora, Constance, and Joyce." They both said a silent prayer, then Lucretia spoke. "There's no problem in getting you a sliver." She looked over at the packing camp. One tent remained untouched. "What is that remaining tent for?" "It's for you, Lucretia. You should stay here. Our dear Susan will see to Nicion while you wait out the battle. She'll make sure that the people are ready for your return and will send for you. Runners have their orders and will take care of you between here and the Commons. That's all the questions that I can answer at this time." The niece felt a tug at her skirt. "Ready, Mommy?" Joshua asked. The niece looked down at her son. "Yes, dear. Tell Daddy that I'll be right there," she said, then kissed the boy's forehead. He ran off to find Terry. "Mommy? Daddy?" Lucretia asked. "Yes. Nice names, aren't they?" "Yes, they are," Lucretia agreed, knowing that they were. The